Christmas is a holiday of gift giving, hanging out with your loved ones, and most importantly, snow. It's a time of year that gets you feeling warm and cozy and just makes you want to be at least a little more jolly. For a lot of people, anyway. But even if you don't celebrate Christmas, it's hard to ignore its cultural presence when it's been shoved in our faces as a society in the form of advertising, discount sales, and media. And anime is no exception to that rule. It's just another medium to tell the tales of Christmas. But anime, as with most other forms of episodic entertainment, I think, there's a set air schedule for the episodes to come out, and a lot of anime also adapts material from other sources, so the existence of the Christmas episode in anime is unique because there are so many ways in how they adapt or supplement its parent material. And before I get flamed, let me just say that there is obviously going to be some overlap between the categories and how the episodes fit into them. Also, varying degrees of spoilers for all the animes that are going to be discussed in this video. Alright, let's start with the good old Christmas special. These are episodes that are purposefully made for the celebration of the Christmas season and most likely aired around the season. A lot of these could be filler episodes, specials, or OVAs separate from the series that have no real significance to the plot or continuity and aren't directly based off of any pre-existing material. Think of animes like You're Under Arrest, Emiya-san Chi no Kyo no Gohan, Fairy Tail. They're made for the festive season. There's nothing too serious going on, maybe some emotional beats, but it's overall a good time. You get a lot of your typical tropes about valuing Christmas and your loved ones, preparing for the Christmas party, the surprise Christmas party, the character or characters not being able to make it to the Christmas party but then does. All classic tropes that you'd probably find in any kind of Christmas media. Sometimes Christmas episodes are just adaptations of the source material's Christmas special or stories, and are still canon but could be considered specials in their own right. Azumanga Daioh episode 17 is a collection of stories adapted from the manga into one big winter/Christmas-centric episode. Gabriel Dropout also does this in episode 9, taking chapters 20 and 21, which are Christmas and New Year's-centric stories, and combining them into an aptly titled Christmas and New Year's Eve special. In that series in particular, there's some fun gags because the main cast revolves around angels and demons, and if you know the most basic thing about Christmas, it's that it's the celebration of Jesus Christ. Because of the fact that a lot of animes are adaptations, you end up getting Christmas specials that air in completely unrelated times of the year. Obviously, the main reason is just because they're covering the source material, and while there may be cases for skipping over them if it's a series where the stories don't hold much overarching weight for the characters and story, it's probably easier just to follow it in order, especially if there are references to the event in the future. Azumanga Daioh's Christmas episode aired on July 28, 2002, K-on's episode 8 aired on May 14, 2009, and Lucky Star's episode 11 aired on June 17, 2007. All dates that are the furthest away from Christmas as you could possibly get, depending on how you look at it, but they are the quintessential Christmas episodes nonetheless. Let's look at episodes where Christmas is what facilitates the events of the episode but isn't directly important to the story. It's used as a way to initiate the plot, like a literary force that's putting the characters together in situations that can invoke some intimacy, etc. Citrus has a love rival arc that takes place around the holiday season, and the big true feelings reveal that's been building up throughout the story happens on Christmas. Those events could have happened even without the Christmas element, but it helped bring the characters together in an intimate position. Literally and figuratively. Rent-a-Girlfriend episode 8's plotline is Kazuya, the main character, finding out that the girl he loves, Chizuru, who is also a rental girlfriend, is hanging out with another guy. The entire episode is this wild goose chase of Kazuya making assumptions that they really might be dating, and then at the end, Kazuya does the whole aha thing on the guy, only for Chizuru to reveal that she's just an actress and the guy was one of her co-actors. Besides how dumb that sounds, notice how my plot summary did not mention Christmas at all? This could have happened at any time of the year, but Christmas was just thrown in, seemingly because obligatory Christmas rom-com shenanigans, and probably because of timeline chronology. Yesterday wo Utate, or Sing Yesterday for Me episodes 9 and 10 take place during Christmas, but there's not much of a Christmas spirit feeling despite some decor being present in one shot. Instead, these episodes are a lot more focused on the characters' personal and relationship struggles, but the holiday created the scenario for those things to be challenged. Sometimes it's not possible to be with everyone you want to be with during the holiday, and it can lead you to having to favor certain people over others. And being unable to celebrate with the ones you cherish the most is heartbreaking and invokes that sense of loneliness. Gift giving in of itself could be done during most other special occasions, but because of the Christmas spirit and the fact that it's being done to someone who Rikuo, the main character, hasn't moved on from, it hits all the more harder in those circumstances, which may not have worked as well if it wasn't Christmas. This is just enough for me to not consider it the Christmas plot episode, because the focus is still on the characters' relationships, but Christmas plays a big part in it. And speaking of the Christmas plot episode, what a great way to transition. Unlike the episodes where Christmas facilitates the story and is a plot device or just for atmosphere, these episodes have Christmas as a crucial plot point of the episode. My immediate first thought is Toradora. The Christmas Eve arc follows up after a really big school conflict and Minori's struggle with wanting to accept Ryuji's love while also wanting to surrender her emotions in order to get Ryuji to see that Taiga loves her. This causes Minori to be distant from Ryuji, and the central storyline of the arc is trying to get them to be together at the Christmas Eve party. Things only get worse when Minori ends up knocking over the Christmas tree for the party and now has another piece of guilt to deal with. Christmas isn't only essential for the drama of the arc but also for Taiga's character because she wants to be a good person and get on Santa's nice list. As funny as that sounds, it's also a big part of why she's determined to get Minori and Ryuji to be together and her change from her usual demeanor. Christmas is something that means a lot to Taiga because of how the holiday is about being together with your loved ones and enjoying that time. But while Taiga is busy playing Cupid, she's also betraying her own happiness of being with Ryuji. Disregarding the fact that this is a Christmas Eve arc and not just a single episode, all of the events that played out could not have happened without the holiday being a major contributor to the story. While it may not exactly be the inciting incident because of the leftovers from the previous arc, its presence is undeniably essential. The Idolmaster Episode 22. In this episode, the Christmas celebration is the main objective that everyone's trying to get to. But because everyone in the idol agency is busy with work, it seems that they won't be able to get together. Except, you guessed it, it all works out in the end. Predictable, yes, but there's a nice message about how as life goes on, you and your friends and loved ones will inevitably have less time to see each other, and being able to get together, especially during such a hectic season and on such a cherished holiday like Christmas, makes it all the more special and gives you a greater appreciation for just being with them. I want to give honorable mentions to episodes that have a Christmas vibe or otherwise winter theme. Even though they may not be Christmas related, the circumstances of being together, gift giving, or even the scenery and bright lights in a winter setting could invoke a sense of holiday spirit. In episode 16 of Macross Delta, the main heroine, Freya, celebrates her birthday, and everyone that she's friends with is there to celebrate. The other main character, Hayate, brings a snow machine that brings back memories of where Freya was born, in a cold and snowy planet. Near the end of the episode, there's even a song that Freya sings about how fortunate she is to be in this position with everyone she loves, and asks that whatever force has come to bring this situation together, or God, that he continue to give her good fortune moving forward. While there's no explicit references to Christmas, almost everything that you'd expect from a Christmas episode is in here. Kanon's story takes place entirely throughout winter, and in a city aptly titled the City of Snow, which I presume to be the reason why there is never not snow in the show. Christmas, however, is never present because most of the events of the story, besides the very end, take place in January. The winter vibes throughout the show are still enough to give you that warmth and coziness, that is, when it's not making you bawl your eyes out. While there's no Christmas celebration in the anime, there is a school ball in episode 12, which is kinda similar to the Christmas Eve party in Toradora. There's even a nice ballroom dance sequence. But this school ball is also used as a facilitating device to further Mai Kawasumi's conflict, which I won't get into because it's not Christmas related, though there is a cool sword fighting sequence which might look insane out of context. This episode also aired 4 days before Christmas, so in a mental gymnastics sort of way, this could be seen as some kind of holiday celebration episode. Lastly, I just want to briefly shout out some more Christmas episodes from animes that I've watched without giving away too many spoilers. School Days Episode 11. This might be the worst way to celebrate your Christmas holiday. If you know anything about school days, then you know what I'm talking about, but let's just say that I'm not in a very jolly mood to see one of the worst pieces of crap have any ounce of merriness. A Place Further Than the Universe Episode 10, which I actually just made a video on, takes place during Christmas in Antarctica, so they got the most natural snow environment possible. It's a nice episode where the whole expedition team gets together and celebrates. Yuzuki, one of the main characters, gets a late birthday celebration on Christmas, which kind of overshadows the whole Christmas party in terms of weight, but it's character development stuff. Steins Gate Zero Episode 3 has a nice, typical Christmas party. You got the Christmas decorations, everyone's gathered together having a grand time, there's a little bit of fan service, it's great. Surely nothing terrible could happen in a world that looks like this. It's really interesting to see the different depictions of Christmas in anime because it's such a varied medium with all kinds of wacky universes and characters, but one of the few commonalities between them is that they celebrate Christmas. Magical girls, demons and angels, dragons, high schoolers, they're all able to come together and enjoy the acts of gift giving, spending time with loved ones, and having a great feast. Now ain't that something? I want to give a special shout out to this article that I found from Beneath the Tangles where they've cataloged probably every single anime Christmas episode ever, including OVAs and movies. It made researching for this video a whole lot easier and made me realize that there are way more anime Christmas episodes than I thought. It's also still getting updates to this day. If you're interested in checking out this master list, I'll leave a link to it in the description. And if you're wondering why I had such an odd list of examples, it's because I tried to stay mostly within animes that I've actually watched. I hope you, watching this video, have a Merry Christmas, or if you don't celebrate, then a Happy Holidays or at least a good day. Thank you all so much for the support on the channel in 2025. It's genuinely mind-boggling to see so many people actually like the content that I produce, and I really can't express my gratitude enough. We've had some really great highs and some deep lows, but that's just all part of the process, isn't it? This was basically my first full year of doing commentary content. Although I did not post commentary content every single month, it's been great and I hope y'all continue to stick around. But if not, that's okay too. My goal for myself in 2025 was to upload at least once every month, and I succeeded, albeit with some filler videos here and there. My goal for 2026 is to upload at least once every month, but have at least 15 commentary videos. I know to some that might not seem like a lot considering the output of a bunch of other creators on this platform, but it's a lot for me. But I'll be aiming for it nonetheless. I don't know how many people are still watching up to this point, but if you are, then I just want to say one last time, thank you. Maybe I'll see you again, and take care.